Controversies and the pop industry are like Siamese twins, inseparable. Recently, news has been circulating about two of the industry's biggest names, Chris Brown and Usher, being involved in a huge altercation. As the news spread like wildfire, fans were left wondering what went wrong with the two. Chris Brown and Usher are two close friends who have spent a great deal of their time together, and this made the alleged fight between them seem complicated to fans. In this video, we will unravel the truth behind the fight between Chris Brown and Usher. So what caused the fight between the two? Watch on to find out. It was the 34th birthday of Chris Brown, and a surprise skate party was thrown by Usher at Skate Rock Roller Rink in Las Vegas for the singer's big day. Initially, things were going pretty smoothly at the party, as Usher and other guests like Mario and Summer Walker even sang the happy birthday song to Brown before it turned sour when a fight broke out between the two friends later in the evening.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
I think it's gonna help me with this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Breezy. Happy birthday, Breezy.
According to sources, Brown and Usher's fight started over Teyana Taylor. Apparently, Brown was angry at seeing Teyana at his birthday party and wanted her to leave. The discord between the two reportedly stemmed from Brown's canceled performance at the 2022 American Awards back in November, where he was scheduled to perform a Michael Jackson tribute. Taylor was supposed to perform alongside him, but she dropped out at the last minute due to some other obligations. According to reports, Taylor was shooting a movie then, but Brown doesn't want to have any of it. He was very annoyed with her behavior and ultimately felt she was the main reason his performance got canceled. So when Brown saw Taylor at his birthday party, he confronted her to air out some issues with her and told her to leave. But the seated Taylor reportedly ignored Brown and told him he was on one. Brown became angry and was said to have verbally attacked her. It was at this moment Usher stepped in to calm the situation. According to TMZ, Breezy wasn't having it and instead started cursing at Teyana and Usher, but then mostly focusing his anger directly at Usher. Eventually, Chris got mad and called Usher coward while exiting the building with his group. It seemed Usher didn't want Brown to leave the venue in a bad mood, so he took off his skates and ran after Brown. Usher went behind a string of charter buses parked in the parking lot where Chris and his crew were, and according to sources, Usher returned to the party afterwards with what appeared to be a bloody nose. It's unknown if Usher went to the hospital or if a police report was filed, but all three parties involved, Teyana, Brown, and Usher, were all radio silent the next day after the incident. Chris Brown, however, performed alongside Usher at the Lovers and Friends musical festival in Las Vegas a day after the fight. And hours before his performance with Brown, Usher dropped a video of himself on social media where his face was visibly clear of any kind of bruises, which further refutes the claim that he was involved in a fight. But till now, there hasn't been a report totally denying it, so fans believe it still could have happened. Fans were shocked about the news of the incident, knowing how close the pair had been for a long time. Just last year, Usher had invited Brown to join him on stage at his Las Vegas show. In the viral video clip, Usher was seen rendering sweet praises to Brown, telling him, "You're great, you're a legend, we love you, and we're going to continue lifting you up, bro." And then they shared a heartwarming hug.
We love you. I love you more.
And recently, precisely in April 2023, during an interview with Big Boy Neighborhood, Usher was asked about the possibility of doing a versus or a similar song-for-song battle between with Brown. Usher was excited about the idea, saying, "Me and Chris would kill the world if we ever did something together like that. I'm not saying it's versus, but I will. I'll just say this, if it happens, it'll be one of the biggest things that anybody has experienced in entertainment and celebration of two people who love each other." Now it seems Chris Brown has forgotten how close they were and gave Usher a bloody nose. But Brown has a long history of hurting women and men as well. The R&B artist could be unpredictable, as over the past 10 years, he has averaged more than one hurtful incident per year, both against women and men. Brown began his series of fights when it was reported that he had attacked Rihanna, leading to a case in 2009. The news of Brown assaulting his then-girlfriend Rihanna in a Lamborghini a night before the Grammys made headlines that year. Both had an argument that led to an actual fight, and Brown was reported to have punched Rihanna and was even said to have made death threats. Rihanna sustained visible facial injuries from the incident, for which she was hospitalized, and subsequently, Brown was charged with felony assault for making criminal threats. He pleaded guilty to the charges and received a plea agreement that included 6 months of community service, 5 years of probation, and 1 year of domestic violence counseling. At the completion of his year-long domestic violence counseling, the Fine China singer tweeted that he had learned from his mistake and was ready for a change. But in an interview with co-host of the Good Morning America show, Robin Roberts, fans observed that Brown was far from being a changed man. When Brown was asked about his attack on Rihanna, he flared up and smashed up a window in his dressing room during a commercial break, walked out of the studio shirtless, and confronted some of the studio production staff. But his crazy acts didn't end there. In 2012, Brown was involved in a brawl that broke out at a New York City nightclub. The fight was mainly between Canadian rapper Drake and NBA star Tony Parker, which saw more than 5 people sustain injuries. Both Drake and Brown later recreated the brawl as a dance battle in the 2019 music video of Brown's song No Guidance, which showed fans that the two had buried the hatchet. Another case was when Brown picked a fight with fellow R&B singer over a parking space in the Westlake recording studio. According to a report from TMZ, Brown hit Ocean and even threatened to shoot him. But fortunately for Brown, Ocean didn't press any charges, so there was no case on it. Some years later, the singer and his bodyguard, Christopher Halozzi, were arrested for felony assault in Washington, D.C. for allegedly attacking 2 men outside the W Hotel, where one of the men was hospitalized. The singer and his bodyguard had to stay in a Washington jail because of this incident before making an appearance in court, where their charges were reduced to a simple assault misdemeanor. Also in 2016, the 8-time Grammy winner was accused of battering a woman at the Palm Casino Hotel in Las Vegas. This time, the woman involved claimed Brown beat her and seized her cell phone during a party at the facility. And from the statement released by the Las Vegas Police Department, it was shown that the victim was reported to have been beaten by Brown, who at the time took her cell phone when the victim went to take a picture of the 34-year-old artist. After a verbal altercation, the victim was escorted out of the room by private security and into the hallway. The woman appeared to have minor injuries sustained as a result of a battery. However, Chris Brown and his associates also denied the incident. Brown's spokesperson called the woman's claim unequivocally untrue and said that the woman was escorted out of the private after-party at the Palms Casino Resort for being disruptive and out of control after having a total meltdown. The spokesperson further said her claim of having her cell phone in her possession inside the after-party and being able to take a photo causing the altercation with Brown was a pure fabrication. Even the security men at the resort attested to witnessing the woman's wild behavior via the hotel security camera. All these accounts show Brown has long been involved in a lot of violent acts, and the news of him being involved in another one shouldn't be news to fans. Except for the fact that it was now his close pal he is said to have attacked. So what do you think about the whole situation? Stay tuned to this channel for more updates.